name's Lacey, and I'm the co-founder of Metaintro. And today we are here with my good friend Ann, and we are doing something cool on our playlist where we are building with friends at ETHDenver. That was not right. We are playing games with our friends at ETHDenver who are building cool things. And with that, before we begin, Connect 4 or Jenga?
Both.
Simultaneously?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Here we are. All right. Ta-da! The coolest Jenga you have ever seen.
Now, just before we begin,
Yes.
what are the rules that we're using? Is this tap and you've committed, or is this you can tap around? Like, is this a casual game or?
No, this is a cutthroat game.
Okay.
So, one finger.
One finger.
Or one hand.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We place on top.
Okay.
Can't take from the two.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
one. And once you're in.
Okay.
You're pulling.
I appreciate
and
that.
And then Connect 4. Traditional.
Yeah.
Connect 4. All right. I'll go first.
Yeah.
All right, Ann. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Ann Schnabel. I am having a background in... Oh, no. This is the shortest game ever!
No!
Oh, good luck with that one.
one.
My name is Ann. I'm a UX engineer in the Web3 space, and what I'm doing right now is I am building a UI component library for developers. It's kind of like a design system, but it has fewer guidelines, so basically, developers want to provide accessible, usable experiences for their dApps, but sometimes they have trouble with that. They need resources. We're those resources.
Very cool.
It's called MintUI. And
we'll also plug it up here so you see the link. How long have you been working on it?
72 hours.
Are you building it as part of the
hackathon? Yeah.
Very cool.
That's been the first iteration of it.
So if you're not here at ETHDenver, or if you've never heard of ETHDenver before, yes, if you're in the crypto space, ETHDenver is such a great place to meet people IRL. But a part of this conference and other crypto conferences, oftentimes there's a hackathon where builders or biddlers here will come together and work on cool projects, and then there's a demo day. And this past week has been Biddle Week. I think it started on on Monday.
Something like that.
Yeah. Super cool vibe. You go into the conference, everybody's building something on one side, on the other side there's speakers on stage talking about stuff that can be helpful to those projects, and you're building.
Yeah, I'm biddling.
You're biddling.
It's very silly.
Great.
But yes, I'm building, and I'm working with another guy named Travis, and we are developing this concept. We're building a proof of concept, an MVP, and we're just making sure that this works, and then we're really going to try and take it somewhere.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what is demo day supposed to be like?
That's a great question. I am unfamiliar with the process. This is my first... Ooh, wait a second.
Did I fuck up?
Oh
no!
Kind of seems like you committed.
But you're on my playlist, so it's fine.
Right.
I make the rules.
Okay. I believe that there are several rounds of judging, and then it gets smaller and smaller each time, kind of like a bracket. But I think that it starts with them looking at our website and our video that we submit and stuff like that.
Very cool.
So yeah.
So also for individuals that are making that career transition into Web3 and you're a developer, a great way to get experience is going through a hackathon. Right?
Absolutely. I 100% recommend gaining real-world experience, but... Oh, wait, you're so close. Gaining real-world experience by doing hackathons, and also a great way to get experiences by going to DAOs, getting involved in the community and seeing what problems are actually happening in the world, and asking how you can help. Diving in full force and just offering up your services to learn and help in the space to provide value.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, with the hackathons, for anybody that hasn't gone through a hackathon before, how does it work?
Yeah, so hackathons, essentially you find a team and you find a product or something that you want to build. And then you spend, if it's a week long, you spend all week building that, and you have to look at it from several angles because you're building a complete product. you want to look at it from the marketing perspective. You want to look at it from the building perspective, the experience perspective. And you can really just try to pitch it to the judges in a way that helps you win money from bounties.
Do you know what the bounty pool is?
Yeah, so there's like 5 tracks for ETHDenver.
Okay.
It's the money. It's like a substantial amount of money. It's like hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm curious. We should fact check that.
1.2
It is
million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to be able to win a hackathon, and that's not given specifically just to one team.
No.
That's given to a few people.
Yeah. So it's bounty based. So softwares that want use will often come to hackathons and say, hey, if you use our product to build, we might give you a prize. And one of the biggest prizes I've seen for first place is like $7,000.
Nice.
And then for the tracks, which are the 5 main event tracks for the hackathon, are like $5,000. So
That's
we're
great.
going after the developer tooling track
Okay.
and a couple of bounties that align with our project.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So who are your competitors at the hackathon?
At the hackathon?
Yeah.
You
have no idea.
I have no idea. I've just been heads down
Yeah.
and trying to build. I've been talking to other people about their products.
Yeah.
And I haven't run into anyone with the exact same thing.
Okay.
There are some people trying to build. The hackathon is very UX focused, it seems, this year.
Yeah. That's
and,
interesting.
Like, a lot of judging is being based on like a quarter of the judging is based on the experience that your app provides or DApp provides. Okay. Yeah. Did I mention I have trouble concentrating on 2 things at once? I don't know if you've noticed. Okay. Oh, 3 things actually, because we're talking to. Yes.
How does a developer go about finding out about hackathons to participate in?
You're asking some really good questions about a lot of things I don't know. But how I found this hackathon was I heard a lot of people talking about ETHDenver.
Yeah.
And then when I went to the website, it had a hackathon. So
Totally.
I recommend looking at conferences that people are talking about and seeing what kind of resources they're offering as far as competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Gitcoin has a hackathon page. I'm pretty sure GitHub also has a hackathon page. Don't quote me on that.
So you knew the answer.
I did know the answer.
She knew the answer.
But I also don't know. I don't know specifically for Web3 if there's a site that has hackathons listed. So
if we find it, we'll link it below.
Yeah, we'll drop it below. Very cool. So outside of MintUI, how did you get your start into Web3?
That is a fun question.
Yes.
Because I actually just got accepted a position at a company called Bamboo Meta. And I can talk about it because I have officially told my boss.
Oh my gosh.
My current boss. So I currently work at a Web2 company that I build out components for them. Kind of very similar, but this is more Web3 based.
Yeah.
I build out components for an HR software company that their developers can use and drop into their React to build apps. What I'm doing next is I'm going to a place called Bamboo Meta that deals with decentralized loyalty programs. And we are going to try and deliver a really good user experience to their users. So we're going to be working on interfaces, and by we I mean I'm going to be working on interfaces, and I don't really know what to expect. It's a startup, so I think I'm going to be wearing a lot of hats, but I'm just really going to try to provide value and see where it goes.
How did you find out about the opportunity?
A LinkedIn headhunter.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That was cool. Yeah, you're next. Someone reached out to me on LinkedIn. I actually thought it was fake. I thought it was a scam. And I told my mom, and I was like, I'm getting scammed, but I'm gonna follow through on it and see where this scam goes. And then it turned out to be real because they were like, we're gonna set up an interview with the founder. And I was like, Will Escula, is he gonna be there? And they were like, yeah he is. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So then it turned out to be real. And after negotiation, we
landed
on something
That's
that
awesome.
worked for both of us.
I love that.
It was cool.
We had one of our content creators. His name is Richie. If you're watching, you've probably seen him on our YouTube talk about what it's like landing a job in Web3 as a community moderator. And we've watched his job journey go from, hey, I think I'm looking for a job as a community moderator, to, hey, I'm applying, to, hey, I'm interviewing.
Ooh.
We haven't seen him land a job yet. We have another content creator on our channel who did go from, hey, I think I want to be in DevRel, to I'm interviewing, to I'm hired, which was amazing over, I think, like 6 or 7 videos. And so, but with Richie, he had an interview request from Binance. And as head, like, community mod for whatever region, so excited. He, like, DMs me in the middle of the night. He's like, Lacey, we have to make a YouTube video about it right now because I have to go through, like, a quiz or something like that online, and I want to be able to, like, record my reactions to it. And so, anyways, I end up not being able to do it with him on live. He goes to record it. He DMs me, like, an hour later or 2 hours later. He was like, I was hacked. And I was like, what? And he goes, it was a fake job listing. And I looked at the job listing, and it looked totally legit to me. It was on LinkedIn. I then looked at the recruiter email, looked totally legit. The only thing I didn't do was click on the recruiter's name to make sure that it said at Binance. Oh. Yeah, and so what ended up happening is he had to click on something to then go through, like, an aptitude test, or I might be roughing it. If you want to see the full video, go down in our playlist. You'll see Richie's video about it. It says
That's
I was
a horrible ending to the story.
Yeah, and so it ended up draining all of his money out of his account, and then on top of it, the hacker then DM'd people from his texted people from his contact book to then get hooked into the scam too. So he was scammed on so many levels. Like, iMessage was, like, completely. The whole thing. It was really scary.
So for avoiding scams, I'm not saying that, like, he could have done anything to avoid that. That sounds tricky. But some things to watch out for. You definitely want to look up the who is reaching out to you on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. Make sure that there's a job listing online that you can find separately. Mm-hmm. See who the founder is, mm-hmm. and not agree to anything until you've had a conversation with someone who you found on LinkedIn. Yeah. I actually messaged the founder on LinkedIn. I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing, and it sounds like a scam. I was just wondering if you're working with this company. Yeah. He never got back to me, but... yeah. Great. But it worked out, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, poor Richie.
Poor Richie.
Okay, so by the time this airs, the... demo day probably would have ended.
Oh yeah, we won.
You won.
Ha!
You won all of the money.
All 1.2 million.
Where will we be able to learn about MintUI?
Okay, so we do have a Twitter. We're going to make a YouTube, but really the best place to find it is on my personal Twitter, which is Schnablet.
You're gonna have to spell that.
SCHNABLETTE. It's based on my last name, but it's also like the word owlet, which is a baby owl. So find me on Twitter. Oh no. Okay, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. This is a very good game.
Yeah.
Shit.
Not going there. Not going there. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, no way.
Have you won any of these today?
Yes, I've won all of them, and if you're watching this, please do not look at any of the previous videos. They're not relevant.
I think you should go next on the Jenga.
Oh. Did I commit?
I think you committed!
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this? That's messed up. And what I'm going to do about it is I'm going to say that I'm going to take this out.
You're just going to jank it?
I'm not going to jank it.
Ready, one?
I'm going to win.
Ready?
No one could have seen that coming.
Oh my god. Well,
thank you for having me. This was really great.
Thank you for being on, and make sure to check out the links in our bio, or in the description below, and we'll see you on the next one.